Fact or fiction about the cabin in the woods? A highly, 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 highly underrated movie. And the only reason I'm saying that it's underrated is because I don't think a lot of people have actually seen it, and it's a really good movie. This is one that I have in the same category as Ghost Ship, where I frequently would try to watch it. I would maybe watch the opening scene and then fall asleep. And it wasn't because it was a boring movie. It's because I would always try to watch these movies after like coming back from the bars in my early 20s. And so eventually fall asleep. And both of those movies, Ghost Ship and Cabin in the Woods, 2 thumbs up coming from me. But the movie released on April 13th, 2012. I got 7 statements here. The guys are going to have to guess whether or not that statement is fact or it is fiction. Number 1, the movie was shot in complete secrecy and wasn't publicly announced until the trailer dropped. Frank, fact or fiction?
I'd probably have to say fact because, I don't remember it ever coming out and then it was just out.
Lan, fact or fiction?
Well, I mean, kind of going with my strategy in the past one, I'm going to go with fact.
No, I'm sorry. That is fiction.
Damn it, Frank.
Yeah.
So the movie had tight secrecy about its plot, but it wasn't a secret project. In fact, it was originally filmed in 2009, but the release was delayed for 3 years due to MGM's financial troubles. It wasn't until Lionsgate acquired the rights that the movie finally hit theaters in 2012. Which got me thinking, can you think of another movie that sat on the shelf for years that you were either looking forward to or that may have surprised you? Because I can think of 2. One that I thought ended up being good, and another one that was an absolute turd.
The Coyote movie.
Huh?
Coyote Ugly?
No, you ever heard that thing like Warner Brothers did the cartoon like live and it mixed with the Coyote from the cartoon, and they basically just canceled putting it out, but another studio came in and has now bought the rights to it, so they're gonna put that movie out.
Oh, no kidding. Had no idea. Lan,
there you go.
Can you think of one that you maybe had to wait for?
No, I can't.
So the 2 that I know of, do you want me to mention the turd or the good movie first?
Do the turd.
The turd was Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. Oh my God. Like, it legitimately angers me how bad that movie is. Because it was one of those ones that I was looking forward to because I loved the first one. And then by the time the second one came out, I had been tracking this thing online. You're trying to figure out when it's going to be available. They finally released it in Best Buy or something like that. So I went, scooped it up, bought the movie, and then it was absolutely freaking terrible. I mean, it's awful. Do not watch it. It's so bad, it almost makes the first one worse. That's how bad it is. The second one is, oh God. Now I'm blanking on the name of the movie.
It's the good one.
No. Yeah, this is the good one. It was, Fanboys.
Oh, Fanboys. Yeah.
Because remember, so the whole premise of that is it takes place in like 1999. You got the group of kids who want to, like, they find out about the Phantom Menace, and then one of them finds out he actually has terminal cancer. So they plan a trip across the country to go steal a copy of the Phantom Menace. And after they had kind of worked with the movie, it was like, that's a really dark plot. Do we really want the kid to die? So on and so forth. And that thing was on the shelves forever. And then it was finally released. I bought it on DVD, and it was amazing. Josh, what's up, buddy? Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
And you got to see what's her name in
Kristen Bell.
Yeah, Kristen Bell.
And Seth Rogen plays a couple of roles in it. That's a good movie. Luncey, he's in the old YouTube chat as we discuss Cabin in the Woods. Next one, here we go. Fact or fiction? Chris Hemsworth filmed Cabin in the Woods before he ever picked up Thor's hammer. Lan, fact or fiction?
We'll go fact.
Yeah,
Frank?
it's a fact because you just said the movie was made in 2009. I don't think Thor came out until 2011 or 12.
There you go. Yes, it is a fact. Hemsworth shot Cabin before he became famous as Thor, but due to the release delay, Thor actually hit theaters in 2011. His performance in Cabin in the Woods actually helped him land the role of Thor because the producers saw his audition tape for the film.
They didn't like his Star Trek little 20 seconds of flying the ship into the other ship and dying.
Apparently, they enjoyed this movie, which I haven't seen in a while. And I really want to watch this one with my wife and kid. But I think it might be a little bit much because my wife doesn't like horror movies and my kid's still only 13. So it might still be a little
Funny
bit
thing
much.
is, whenever I think about this movie, I think of it as a science fiction movie.
I mean, kinda. Leads into this next one here. So the basement scene features over 100 references to horror movie tropes and classic monsters. Fact or fiction, Frank?
Say fact.
Lan, fact or fiction?
Fact, because there's an angry molesting tree there.
Ah, I'm so glad you brought
Also
that
the
up.
merman. There's also a merman.
Both of you guys get the point. The basement is packed with references, with each object serving as a trigger to summon a horror scenario. Now, that's the basement in the actual cabin where they're kind of messing around with different things, and which is what's on this board here. And of course, you had the puzzle box. That was a nod to Hellraiser, the conch shell, merman. And it's a massive love letter to horror fans. The whiteboard of monsters, which we have on the screen right now, even included things like angry molesting tree that Lan just pointed out. And then if you look a few spots down, what does it say?
Kevin?
Kevin.
Then I see Sugar Plum Fairy.
Yeah, I was about
also.
to say the Sugar Plum Fairy is up there. You got the Snowman. He's also up there.
Yep.
The Scarecrow. Folk.
Oh,
Like, you can look at this and just be like,
I'm telling you,
Sasquatch
there's so many-
Coming up with all this
Wendigo
weird
slash
shit.
Yeti.
yeah, there's
zombie
so,
redneck torture family.
there are so
yeah,
many
they talk about
references.
that.
And I love the fact that you have the who's betting on what it's going to be. You've got communications, distribution, demolition,
Hadley.
biomed.
Dragon Bat.
Oh, again,
It's
if you
reanimated.
if you have not seen Cabin in the Woods, I cannot recommend it enough. Next up, the movie's finale was rewritten at the last minute because Sigourney Weaver was a surprise casting. Frank, fact or fiction?
I'll have to go fact because that ending kind of throws you off a little bit there.
Lan, fact or fiction?
Fact.
No, that is fiction. Sigourney Weaver's cameo as the director was always part of the plan, but her involvement was kept under wraps until release. The role was written specifically with her in mind as a nod to her status as a sci-fi horror icon from Alien and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
She accepted
Ghostbusters.
quickly because she loved the film's satirical take on horror tropes.
All right, and maybe because she needed to get paid.
I'm pretty sure she does all right.
Yeah.
Next up, the entire monster massacre in the final act was done with practical effects only. Lan, fact or fiction?
Fact.
Frank, fact or
You
fiction?
said the final what?
The entire monster massacre in the final act was done with practical effects only.
I'm gonna go fiction.
Yep, Frank gets the point. While the film does use a lot of practical creature suits and makeup, the monster rampage in the facility combines both practical and CGI effects. Because remember, there's like that wispy looking thing in one of the
Yep.
boxes. There's the giant
dragon
snake
bat.
that comes out. Yeah, all that stuff. Over
But does that mean we both get a point?
No?
No. Okay.
You trying to
Practical
finagle
and
points,
CG.
man? Over 60 different monster designs were created, and the FX team built elaborate rigs, animatronics, and blood cannons to bring it all to life. The elevator sequence was so complex, it required multiple stages and coordinated VFX passes. Passes. There we go. There's some really good behind-the-scenes stuff as well, where they kind of talk about how they did it and how they really got in over their head when they were... Like, you had all the different cubes kind of going on, and there's different monsters in each one. And at one point, they were like, "Oh, we should totally have a monster in each cube." And then when they realized how many there were, they were like, "Oh my god!" Like, it got to the point where they were just grabbing people and just slapping a costume on them and throwing them in and just creating a monster out of that because it was too many. All right, next up, Joss Whedon co-wrote the script in just 3 days as a challenge. Frank, fact or fiction?
We'll go fact. Why not?
Land, fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Frank gets the point. That is a fact. Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard wrote the first draft of the script in only 3 days as a creative challenge. They wanted to deconstruct the horror genre while still delivering a fun, scary movie, and the story flowed quickly. The final film stayed remarkably close to the original draft, proving how focused their concept was from the start. And finally, there's an alternate ending where Dana and Marty survive. By the way, spoiler alert. Survive and start a new civilization underground. Land, fact or fiction?
Fact. Sure. Fact. Yeah.
Frank, fact or fiction?
Yeah, it just sounds outlandish, so I'm just gonna go fact.
No points for anybody. No alternate
Damn it,
ending.
Alan.
No alternate ending was ever filmed. The plan was always for the movie to end in the rise of the Ancient Ones. With the rise of the Ancient Ones. Whedon and Goddard
Titans.
believed a bold apocalyptic ending was necessary to truly subvert expectations and punish the final girl trope. The giant hand smashing through the temple floor was the literal embodiment of "we're done with the rules."
Yeah.
So can you guys
We're
think?
done.
Can you guys think of a movie where everybody dies?
Next.
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Good choice.
What was that Nicolas Cage movie where the aliens come to take the kids because the Earth is going to end?
National
Everybody
Treasure.
dies. Yeah.
Wicca Man.
Yeah, the bees. Oh God, the bees.
The beast.
Not the
I know a show.
bees.